Active English Pod, your daily dose of fluent English.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Active English Pod. I am Sarah.
And I am Anna.
Welcome to our very first episode. If you are learning English and want to practice real daily life conversations, you are in the perfect place. Exactly. Here on Active English Pod, we help you improve your listening and speaking skills by discussing real-life topics that actually matter to you. And today, we are talking about something very important. You wake up, you look at the clock, you get dressed, you go through your day, and then you come home, you sit on the couch, and you do it all again tomorrow. The exact same routine. The same feelings, the same results. You look at the calendar and wonder, where did the time go? Nothing changes. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know something right now. You are not alone. Millions of people around the world feel exactly this way. They feel completely stuck. Yes, it feels like life is moving fast around them, but they are just standing still, watching other people succeed, watching other people move forward, while they stay in the exact same place. Today, here on Active English Pod, we are going to talk about why this happens. Why do we get stuck in life? And more importantly, how do we get out? By the end of this episode, you will know exactly what is keeping you stuck. And I promise you, it is probably not what you think.
First, let us understand what it really means to feel stuck. Many people confuse feeling stuck with being lazy. Exactly. Feeling stuck does not mean you are lazy. It does not mean you are a failure. It does not mean you are not smart enough. It means you are in a loop. Think of a washing machine. It just goes round and round in circles. You are repeating the same patterns, thinking the exact same thoughts, and taking the exact same actions every single day. And the crazy part is, you're expecting something different to happen. You think, maybe tomorrow will be different. Maybe next month will be better. But here is the hard truth. Nothing different will happen. Not until something changes. And the frustrating part for most people is this. They already know something needs to change. They can feel it inside. They have that heavy feeling in their chest. Right. They know they need a new job, or they need to start studying, or they need to change their daily habits. They can feel it, but they just do not know where to start. So, what do? They wait. And while they wait, time passes. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Sometimes, months become years. And that feeling of being stuck, it does not go away. It gets heavier and heavier. So, why does this happen? Why do human beings do this to themselves? There are three main reasons, and once you understand them, everything will become clear. Let's look at the first reason.
The first reason you feel stuck is fear. But listen carefully. It is not the fear you think it is. Most people believe they are afraid of failing. They think, I am not starting because I might fail. But actually, psychology tells us something different. Many people are actually afraid of succeeding. Afraid of succeeding? That sounds strange. Why would anyone be afraid of success? Because they are afraid of what success will require from them. Think about it. If you succeed, you get more responsibility. You have to put in more effort. Your life has to change. Ah, I see. Because change is uncomfortable. Even good change. If you get a promotion at work, that is great. But now you have more stress. You have to learn new things. Exactly. When your life changes, your identity changes. And your brain does not like that. Your brain's main job is to keep you safe. And safe, to your brain, means familiar. Safe means knowing exactly what will happen tomorrow, even if familiar means you are unhappy. So what happens? You stay. You stay in the job you do not enjoy because you know how to do it. You stay in the routine that does not fulfill you because it is easy. You stay where you are because at least you know what to expect there. There are no surprises. This is not weakness, everyone. This is biology. Your brain is trying to protect you. But here is something very important to understand. Just because something feels safe does not mean it is good for you. Comfort is not the same as happiness. Familiarity is not the same as fulfillment. The very first step out of being stuck is recognizing this fact. The thing keeping you where you are is not reality. It is just fear, pretending to be reality.
That brings us to the second reason you feel stuck, and this is a big one. Autopilot. Think about your typical day. Really picture it. You probably wake up at the exact same time every morning. You reach out and check your phone. You open the same apps. You eat the same breakfast. You follow the same path to work or school. You come home. You feel tired. You scroll on social media for 2 hours. You go to sleep. And then you wake up and repeat it all over again. I think that sounds very familiar to a lot of our listeners. It sounds familiar to me, too. Autopilot is not always a bad thing. Our brains use autopilot to save mental energy. If we had to think deeply about how to brush our teeth every morning, we would be exhausted by 9 a.m. Right, it saves energy for important decisions. But here is the problem. When you live on autopilot all the time, you stop making real choices. You stop growing. Because growth requires decision. Growth requires doing things differently. Growth requires discomfort. And autopilot avoids discomfort at all costs. Autopilot wants everything to be easy. Here is what makes living on autopilot so dangerous. When you live like this, time moves very fast, but nothing actually changes. Have you ever looked back at the last 6 months and thought, what did I even do? Where did the time go? That is autopilot. I want you to stop and think about this for a second. If you do exactly the same things tomorrow as you did today, and you do the same things next week, where will you be in 1 year? Where will you be in 5 years? The answer is simple. You will be exactly where you are right now. But here is the good news. To break autopilot, you do not need to change your whole life in 1 day. You do not need to wake up at 5 a.m. and run a marathon. You only need to make one conscious choice each day that is different from yesterday. Just one small thing. Take a different street to walk home. Read 1 page of a book instead of scrolling. Break the pattern. Now, let's talk about the third reason. This is probably the most common reason of all. You are waiting. Waiting for the right time to start studying. Waiting until you feel ready to apply for that job. Waiting until things are more stable. Waiting until you have more money. Waiting until you have more free time. Waiting until everything feels perfectly comfortable. But let me tell you the truth. The perfect right moment? It does not exist. It never arrives. Because life is never perfectly stable. Life is never perfectly certain. There will always be a problem. There will always be a reason to wait. And while you wait for the perfect moment, what happens? Other people start. They are not perfect either, but they start. They make mistakes. They learn from those mistakes. They grow. They move forward. They improve their English. They build their careers. And they do this not because they were more ready than you, not because they are smarter than you, but because they decided to move.
without feeling ready. They started before they were ready. We have this backwards. We think we need to feel ready to take action. But readiness is not a feeling that comes before action. Readiness is a feeling that comes after action. You do not wait to feel confident. You act, you do the scary thing, and then confidence follows. So the question you need to ask yourself is not, when is the right moment? The question is, what am I actually waiting for? And is it really worth waiting for? Now, Sarah, we have covered fear, autopilot, and waiting. But there is one more thing. The deepest reason of all. The part that most people never see? Yes, this is the real reason everything else feels so difficult. You feel stuck because you think of yourself as a stuck person. Think about that for a moment. Your identity, the story you tell yourself in your own head about who you are, controls everything in your life. It controls how you make decisions. It controls how you respond to difficult challenges. It even controls how much you believe you deserve in life. For example, if you believe deep inside that you are someone who never finishes things, guess what? You will start projects and you will not finish them because you are just playing your character. If you believe you are someone who is bad at learning languages, your brain will actually stop you from remembering new English vocabulary. You will say, "See, I told you I am bad at this." In psychology, this is called the identity loop. It works like this. Your beliefs create your behaviors. Your behaviors create your results. And your results confirm your beliefs. And the loop continues over and over again. If you want to get unstuck, you have to break the loop. And to break the loop, you must change the story you tell yourself. And you don't do this by pretending to be someone you are not. You do it by asking one simple, powerful question. Who do I want to become? And then making small, tiny decisions every single day that match that future person. Small decisions, new identity, new results.
So we have talked a lot today. What can you actually do today, right now, after you finish listening to this podcast episode? Here is one simple practice. You can do this in 5 minutes. Take a piece of paper and a pen and write down this question. Who do I want to become? Notice the wording, not what you want to have, not what you want to do. Who do you want to become? What kind of person do you want to be? Write it down. Do you want to be a confident English speaker? Do you want to be a healthy, energetic person? Write it down. And then, tomorrow morning, when you wake up, look at that paper and make one small decision that matches that person. Just one. If you want to become a healthier person, what would a healthy person do? They would drink 1 extra glass of water in the morning. So you do that. If you want to become a focused person, a person who achieves their goals, put your phone in another room for 1 hour while you work or study. You see, it is these small decisions, repeated every single day, that change your identity. You prove to yourself that you are changing. And when your identity changes, your life changes with it naturally. You do not need to fix everything in your life today. That is impossible. You just need to move, even a little bit. As we finish today, I want you to remember something. Feeling stuck is not a sign that something is broken inside you. It is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that you are ready for something more. Your discomfort is a message from your mind. It is your life telling you it is time to grow to the next level. You are listening to this episode right now. You are listening to a podcast in English.
already tells me a lot about you. It tells me you are someone who is actively working on yourself. You are someone who wants more out of life. You are someone who does not give up easily. That is not nothing. That is everything. You already have what it takes. So keep going. Keep learning. Keep practicing your English. And keep choosing to move forward, even when it is uncomfortable. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you in the next episode, right here on Active English Pod.